What's going on, cryptocurrent crew? This is Stephen Miller here with Richard Carthon and Clint Brumley. We're here at Miami Crypto Experience. We want to take you through a little bit of behind the scenes, if you will. So, Clint, how are you feeling about the experience so far? Has it been a lot of fun?
Oh, this is really neat. You know, from the Porsche that they had auctioned off and the gala last night, the NFT gala, that was really something. I learned a couple things about the NFTs to where there's an app where you hold it up to that NFT and then the whole thing starts, you know, going into action and everything. That was really something. I was impressed by that. So this whole experience is really something. I'm impressed with what Wayne and the other guys had put on here.
Absolutely. Shout out to Blockchain Wayne for helping do all this, and for everyone else. I mean, the team's been doing a great job. You're getting ready to do a session. You're getting ready to talk about a couple of different things, especially as it relates to trading. Can you kind of tease up a little bit of what you're going to be talking about today?
Well, what I'm going to cover is the psychology and the risk management, and then of course what everybody wants is the setups, and you know they want some magic there. So I'm going to give a setup also at the end of it. But really, the core to trading is the psychology and risk management. You know, and you kind of put the same weight on both of those, because without one of them, the other one won't do you any good. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna hit on. You know, and personal stop losses. Personal risk management, basically to develop the trader that you are from inside, not to do what the other people are doing or to echo the things that we're hearing. You know, it's not a moon boy thing at all. It's actually becoming a trader.
That's incredible. So if you don't mind me asking, because a lot of our base audience is more like the newcomer, the curious person who wants to learn more about crypto, can you tell me a little bit more about the psychological side of trading? Because I think that our listeners may be able to find a little bit more value in exactly what the psychology of trading is.
Well, what a lot of people don't know is going into trading, it's not a ball game. It's not just simply, hey, ball, throw me the coach, I'm in the end zone. That would be, if that's the analogy, then we're looking, well, there's a million people in the end zone. So good luck catching that ball. You know, so it's not simply like that. You have to look at it. If it's a ball game, you're the coach, the defensive coordinator, you know, let's go football. You're the quarterback. You're the running back, you're the lineman, you're everybody. And everybody goes into it and they think maybe they're just going to be the all-star wide receiver and be able to make those big plays because they're looking out and they're seeing everybody else do it. And it just looks so easy. But the hardest thing to do, I'll tell you, is to simply, it's controlling your emotion and discipline, but you can't fall prey to what these other people are doing. When they're doing it and they're making it look easy, I mean, you know, it's the broken watch thing where it's right twice a day. It's that whole thing like that. So the psychology to me is more important than any other thing about trading.
Absolutely. And on that, you know, one of the recent questions that we've had recently in one of our clubhouse sessions for the newbie trader, and of course, this is not financial advice, but the conflict between, do I take profit or do I just let it keep going? Because it's, are you going to be more upset if you could have made money, or if you could have, you know, and let it continue? Or is it that if you let it go back down, you're like, oh, I should have just got the money while I had it?
Yeah.
You know, how do you control some of that thinking?
What that main thing right there is accepting the risk. Once you've accepted the risk, that thing of letting it go, or is it going to come back down? Is it going to go up more? You've already accepted the whole thing. Your strategy, your whole play isn't to wonder what's going on. It's to know what your next move is. I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. There's nobody that does. Up, down, nobody does. We get our ideas, of course, you know, and the more time you have in the market, the better your idea will be. But with nobody knowing, well, I'm not going to plan with what I know and don't know. I just need to know what to do when I get there. You know, when it goes up to a certain level, I need to know what I'm going to do then. And right then is not the time to be deciding that. You need to have this whole plan all laid out first. You need to have everything in front of you. To eliminate emotion from trading is not the proper way to say it. Control emotion. Because show me one thing about trading that's not emotional. One thing.
Right.
It's all emotion. Even the chart itself, what we're looking at, when we're looking at the chart, what are we looking at? We're looking at human emotion all gathered into one place. This is like a manic guy. Sometimes he freaks out. You know, he'll just go off on a tangent, or maybe he'll come down, whatever it does. But that's what the market is. The market, it's not a ball game. It's actually if you go into trading and treat it as a business, you stand a chance at winning.
Yeah, no, I think it's really good advice, really good input, especially to the strategic side of things. For the beginner that we're speaking to within our audience, do you have any immediate advice that you would give to a newcomer in the space when it comes to, whether it's a beginner strategy or a mindset that you might encourage? Do you have something for our listeners on that?
Turn off social media. I hate to say it, but the influence from the outside, you don't stand a chance. Imagine if you're trying to do something and I'm over here constantly telling you it's not going to work, or I'm winning, why aren't you doing this? You don't stand a chance. Your brain's just going to be telling you the wrong messages. You have to find the way to hack into your brain and change the way you think. I'll sum it all up with that. Change the way you think. And just a little bit that I cover in my presentation there. When we learn math in school, we're not taught how to become mathematicians. When we learn science, we're not taught how to become scientists. So if you're applying the old way of thinking to the new way of thinking, it's not going to work. You actually have to change the way you think. You have to think as though you're becoming that scientist, and that would make it you totally think different about that test you're taking.
Absolutely. I think that's an amazing analogy. And I definitely understand why people want to come and listen to your session. A lot of great information. But for all of those who are not here and getting to hear all your amazing things, what are some ways that they can connect with you and learn more about you?
On the Twitter, at Clinton Brumley, and then Facebook, Clint Brumley, and also Brumley trades crypto at different places. You'll be able to find me over there. So search Clinton Brumley, and if there's bad news on that wasn't me.
Awesome. Well, look, Clint, thank you so much for sitting down with us. We'll definitely be sure to post all that with this segment. But for all of you at home, this has been another interview from the Miami Crypto Experience. Stay cryptocurrent.